We need to bring teddy bear jackets back because look how comfy and warm this is. Why did we ever let this go out of style? And that's why I'm coming up with my own aesthetics today. Today we are talking about aesthetics that aren't a thing but should be a thing. So basically aesthetics that I made up that I think should be popular. So I've come up with 4 different aesthetics that I don't think are a thing, but if they are an established aesthetic, let me know. Maybe I'm just not up to date. But before we get started, don't forget to join my Discord server to talk more about fashion and aesthetics with people who are also interested in them. Check out my Etsy shop where I sell jewelry, art prints, and book covers. And if you enjoy this video, like it and comment and subscribe if you aren't already. And let's jump right into this. So first off, we have teddybearcore, so I can wear my teddy bear jacket. I just feel like it would be really cute and soft aesthetic based on teddy bears, like the name suggests. It would have a color palette of beige and browns and whites. And for fabrics, you would see things like faux fur, sherpa, corduroy, velvet. You'd see a lot of plaid, ribbons, lace trim, and I feel like you can use actual teddy bears like a teddy bear purse. Leg warmers, I like the ones that have little poofs hanging off of them, frilly socks, fuzzy socks, cozy sweaters and cardigans, pleated skirts, corduroy pants or corduroy overalls, or even regular overalls I think would be really cute, comfy oversized t-shirts, round collared shirts. I feel like there's a lot of ways you can go with this aesthetic because of course it's not an established aesthetic yet, but basically you want to get those like soft vibes of a teddy bear. I feel like you could go very feminine with it, with skirts, ribbons, and lace trim, or you can go for a more masculine presenting teddybearcore outfit with things like corduroy pants and sweaters or cardigans, and just make it look really cozy and inviting and like you can be cuddled like a teddy bear. Next, I thought it'd be really cool to have an aesthetic inspired by the movie Moulin Rouge. I always thought this was such a really pretty movie, so I thought it'd be really cool to come up with a fashion-based aesthetic on this. So there's a lot of red in the color palette of the movie, so I think that'll translate well to a fashion wardrobe. And I would see a lot of sparkly pieces and like sequins and glitter and heart prints because it is a very romantic movie. Cocktail dresses and evening gowns, or if you're masculine presenting suits or waistcoats, statement jewelry like big diamond necklaces and bracelets and chokers, and headpieces like a little tiara or those headband things, a fur shawl or a fur coat, corsets, gloves, a garter belt, fishnet tights, heels. So it's a very cabaret inspired aesthetic because cabaret is a big part of the movie. So I thought it'd be really cool to take cabaret inspiration and turn that into a more everyday wearable wardrobe. It's just such a fun, sexy, and romantic aesthetic, so I think this would be a really fun one. Next we have the Swamp Princess aesthetic, a la Shrek. So I wanted something that was similar to fairycore but more water and swamp inspired. So like fairycore met mermaidcore and they had a love child together, and that is the Swamp Princess aesthetic. So I would see a color palette of green, brown, and white, long flowy white dresses and skirts, layered skirts, asymmetrical hems, open stringy knits or sheared fabrics which kind of mimic sea foam, so it gives off kind of a watery vibe. Flower crowns, like we're taking the 2016 teddy bear jacket and bringing it back. I think it'd be fun to take flower crowns and bring it back and make a more updated version of it for 2023. And flower and nature inspired jewelry and accessories in general. For hair, I think beachy waves would really fit this aesthetic, just kind of a messy look in general. And overall, it's just such a flowy and kind of carefree aesthetic, flowy, airy silhouettes, and I just think it's a very ethereal and dark aesthetic, which is my favorite kind of aesthetic. I love dark vibes mixed with romantic silhouettes, and you get kind of a dark feminine aesthetic. That's my favorite kind of aesthetic, so I'm all for the Swamp Princess aesthetic. And finally, the last aesthetic I came up with is one based on fairy tale illustrations. So it's very similar to the dolly K aesthetic, which is a Japanese aesthetic based on European clothing and antique dolls, and also takes elements from fairy tale fashion. So I think that's such a really good concept, like taking inspiration from antique dolls and fairy tale illustrations is really cool, but Dolly K, for me personally, isn't very everyday wearable because I wouldn't personally wear that many layers on an everyday basis, and it's also kind of hard to find these kind of items here in the US, so I thought it'd be cool to make a more wearable version of Dolly K. So for a color palette, you'd see a lot of black and dark gem tones like burgundy, navy blue, dark emerald green, and dark purples, and you'd see lace, velvet, embroidery, faux fur, plaid, Scandinavian patterns, dainty floral prints, cardigans and sweaters, plaid skirts, collared shirts, bow ties around the neck, ribbons, hooded cloaks, corsets, and even Ren Fair accessories, which is also an interesting concept as well. I think Renaissance Fair outfits are so cool, and it'd be really cool to take Renaissance Fair elements and accessories and wear them into a more everyday outfit. So this aesthetic is very cozy and doll-like, but not super bright and feminine, but more of like a darker antique doll, so I think that's really cool. I also think it'd be cool to make dark versions of these aesthetics. For example, dark teddy bear core would be an interesting concept. So you can take like dark colors or black faux fur or sherpa, dark colored leg warmers, maybe some red ribbons in your hair, and instead of a typical teddy bear bag, you can make a two-headed teddy bear plush bag. And that would definitely bring creepier vibes to this aesthetic, so I think that would be a fun concept to play around with as well. You can take any aesthetic and make it dark really. For example, I really love the coquette aesthetic. It's such a cute and feminine aesthetic, but I like darker colors, so I love wearing dark coquette, and it's kind of becoming more popular. It also goes by the term gloomy coquette, and I've done a video on it if you want to check that out. Another thing you can do is mix aesthetics. I think teddybearcore and Dolly K have a lot of similarities, and it'd be interesting to mix those two together. I have a whole video on mixing aesthetics. You can take pretty much any aesthetics and mix them together, and it's a really cool way of developing your own personal and unique style. Like, you don't have to stick to just one aesthetic, so check out my video if you want to learn how to mix aesthetics as well. But that's pretty much all the aesthetics that I came up with, but I have homework for you guys. I want to see what aesthetics you guys can come up with, and let me know in the comments what aesthetics you come up with. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of the ones that I came up with, and let me know what videos you want to see in the future. Join my Discord server if you haven't already so we can talk about fashion and aesthetics. We have a channel on where to shop, we have a channel to share new aesthetics, and to share your outfit of the day. I even have a monthly book club going, so definitely check it out if you're interested. And like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time.